Welcome back to One Stop Law. Now, on Saturday, 9th April 2022, Pakistan saw Prime Minister Imran Khan's unceremonious exit in a series of midnight developments as he was ousted with a no trust vote. The former cricketer turned politician, Mr. Imran Khan, of 69 years age, becomes the first Prime Minister in Pakistan's 75-year history to have lost the no confidence motion. He was deserted by a coalition partners who blame him for a crumbling economy post COVID and failure to deliver on his campaign promises. Now, just like any other Prime Minister of Pakistan who could not, serve the full term of their tenure, Imran Khan became no exception to it. He served around 3 years and 8 months as the Prime Minister of Pakistan, and all efforts of the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, that is PTI, his party, to block the no confidence motion in the National Assembly went down the drain after Prime Minister Imran Khan was voted out of power as he lost the trust vote mandated by the Supreme Court ruling. On 9th April, of 342 member House, as many as 174 members voted in favor of the motion, while members of the ruling party, Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf or PTI, remained abstained and were not present in the National Assembly of Pakistan during the voting. Now, there is no denying that it took months of planning to move the motion against the country's premier. And here in this video, we will try to have a look on the timeline of events that led to PM Imran Khan's fall in Pakistan. Let us start looking from 18th August 2018, when, after 2 decades of his foray into politics, former cricketer Imran Khan was sworn in as the new Prime Minister of Pakistan. He became the 22nd Premier of the country. His party, PTI, that is Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, emerged as the biggest parliamentary party in July polls, securing 116 seats in the 342 assembly, and Imran Khan became the Prime Minister with the help of some smaller allies like Pakistan Muslim League, Balochistan Awami Party, Balochistan National Party, etc. Imran Khan's win marked the end of decades of rotating leadership between the Pakistan Muslim League, that is PML Nawaz, and the Pakistan People's Party, PPP, punctuated by periods of military rule. Now things started taking a turn from 3rd March 2021, when opposition leader and former Premier Yusuf Raza Gilani defeated Pakistan's Finance Minister Abdul Hafiz Sheikh in elections for the Senate, the upper house of the parliament. This came as a major setback for Imran Khan's party, who had personally campaigned for his cabinet colleague. However, on 6th March 2021, Imran Khan won the trust vote in National Assembly following the defeat of his finance minister, ending the political uncertainty in the country. He secured 178 votes in the 342 member lower house of the parliament. The floor test took place without the opposition, as the Pakistan Democratic Movement (PDM), an alliance of 11 parties, boycotted the vote. This made it easier for Imran Khan to secure the required numbers. The Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan had sought a vote of confidence in a bid to restore the legitimacy of his government after the opposition mounted pressure on him to resign. But things started going worse when, in November 2021 to December 2021, it was PPP leader Khurshid Shah who first mentioned that the opposition would have enough numbers to oust Prime Minister Imran Khan. A month later, PML Nawaz's leader Ayaz Sadiq also gave a hint that the opposition was preparing for a change in leadership in Pakistan. Now let us look into how events turned so fast in the year 2022, from January till 10th April, to result in the fall of the Prime Minister Imran Khan in Pakistan. In January 2022, Pakistan People's Party, that is PPP's chairman Bilawal Bhutto Zardari, said that the opposition wants to send Khan home. A month later, the opposition official, officially discussed the possibility of the motion. Shehbaz Sharif, the leader of opposition in the National Assembly, who is also the brother of the former Prime Minister of Pakistan, Mr. Nawaz Sharif, he also presented the option of Muttahida Qawmi Movement, Pakistan, which was Imran Khan's key ally. Then in February 2022, amid the buzz against Mr. Imran Khan, MQMP raised grave concerns about government policies. The uh, MQMP leader blamed the government policies for the rise in fuel prices, inflation, and poor economic management, according to local media. Then on 11th February 2022, Pakistan Democratic Movement PDM chief Maulana Fazul Rahman announced to bring a no confidence motion against the Prime Minister, that is Imran Khan, on behalf of the opposition parties. And on 8th March, the opposition submitted a no confidence motion against Imran Khan in the National Assembly Secretariat. As the Speaker was not in his office, the resolution was submitted in the Secretariat. In the meantime, on March 21st, the Pakistan government filed a reference in the Supreme Court asking it to interpret Article 63A of their constitution, which relates to disqualification of parliamentarians on the grounds of defection. Later, on March 27, Imran Khan claimed the opposition no confidence motion was part of a foreign funded conspiracy hatched to oust him as PTI held a rally in Islamabad. A day later, Shehbaz Sharif presented the no confidence resolution in the parliament, and on March 31st, Pakistan National Assembly session for the no confidence motion against Prime Minister Imran Khan was adjourned till 3rd April. Finally, on April 3rd, when the no confidence motion was placed in the National Assembly, it was rejected over security concerns. The National Assembly Deputy Speaker Qasim Suri rejected the trust vote against Imran Khan government, calling it unconstitutional. In the meantime, Imran Khan had convinced the president to call for early elections. He even asked the people of the country to be prepared for, to come out and go for voting. Now, this rejection of the no confidence motion as being unconstitutional in the National Assembly was taken up to the Pakistan Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court did its activism very beautifully in this case. That is, on April 7, the Pakistan Supreme Court ordered the restoration of the dissolved parliament and the convening of a session on April 9 to conduct a trust vote against the premier. But the drama was not over yet. On 8th April, a day before the House was set to vote on the no confidence motion, the Prime Minister Imran Khan accused the USA of interfering in Pakistan's politics and plotting to oust his regime through the vote. He said that he will not tolerate the installation of a foreign government and will turn to the public for support if such thing happens. So he was just trying to play the last of his cards to save himself from being outstated as the Prime Minister of the country. But all his efforts went in vain. April 9th to April 10th of 2022 was one of the most tumultuous days in the country's history in Pakistan, as PTI's elected speaker Asad Kaisar summoned the session for the vote on the no confidence motion at 10:30 a.m. in the morning. Imran Khan led PTI tried delaying the vote throughout the session. However, minutes before the clock struck 12, that is almost in the midnight, Kaisar resigned and handed over his seat to Ayaz Sadiq to chair the session on the no trust motion. After Sadiq took over the speaker's seat, 174 members of the opposition voted in favor of the motion, leading to Imran Khan's removal from the Prime Minister's office. The National Assembly saw Imran Khan led government in Pakistan be ousted at midnight after a day long political drama. And on Monday, 11th of April 2022, Shehbaz Sharif, the Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz PMLN president, was elected in the parliament unopposed as the 23rd Prime Minister of Pakistan by the National Assembly. Rival candidate Shah Mohammad Qureshi had announced that the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf (PTI) party led by Imran Khan was boycotting the parliamentary vote and staged a walkout. The former Prime Minister and most of his party's MPs have resigned from their seats ahead of the vote. And Shehbaz Sharif, as I told you, he is the brother of Pakistan's former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, who is by far the longest serving Prime Minister in Pakistan. He served for 9 years as the Prime Minister of Pakistan. So Shehbaz Sharif will now form the new government, which can remain in power until there is fresh elections in August 2023. So that's all. That this was video was a quick update on what is going on in Pakistan. We all know that Mr. Imran Khan has been outstated as the Prime Minister, and I just took you through all the events which happened chronologically, one after the other, leading to his fall as the Prime Minister. That's all for this video. See you in the next video on some other topic. Thank you all.